hire certain actors. They they would kind of take money under the table and stuff like that. And, uh, and also Cantinflas would do a lot. Most of his movies that he did, I remember he did a movie about a maintenance man in the neighborhood. He played a professor. He played a photographer in the neighborhood. He would play a lawyer, or maybe even the funniest parts were the ones that he played when he played a politician, because he could really bring out all the stuff about what the politicians were doing in his country about that time. And he seemed to have a lot of liberty at doing some of those things that he did. And he would do a lot of these parts where he was just a poor man, or he played like a a guy that was a street sweeper, or he would play a gendarme. Also, and he also used the uh, the numbers. He used certain numbers like 666 or something like that in his. In a lot of when he was a fireman, he had the same numbers, and he also, when he played a policeman, he also used those same numbers. He must have had some kind of significance to what he was doing. But I might, maybe later show you a little bit of footage of some of the movies that he did. I have a lot of his movies on tape that once in a while we used to record them. But down in Texas when I lived on the border, every time a Cantinflas movie would come out, boy, everybody would rush out to see it, and it was kind of interesting because a lot of times people they didn't have any money to go to the movies, but yet they'd find it somehow. The only bad part about it is that since he was so funny, and you would laugh at him just by his gestures and his mannerisms, and a lot of times it was hard to catch to some of the jokes that he would say, because people would start laughing just by hearing him talk, and then a lot of times you wouldn't catch you have to more or less see the movie again in order to catch some of the funny parts that he was talking about. But like I say, it was interesting to see this movie and how it was how it was made up. But and then his image. I don't know if any of these people who sold a lot of these little statues, like the one I just showed you, were paying any royalties on a lot of it, because he was photographed. I think aside from the Virgin of Our Lady of Guadalupe, there's a lot of images of her, and music and songs about her. I think he's right next to her as far as images, because they used to make all kinds of figures. And as a matter of fact, like this figure I was showing you, like this, they actually have images and lamps made of the full size. His whole body, they're like 4 or 5 feet tall, and they used to sell them, or you could put them in front of your house and put a light on top of it, and you could actually have it sitting out next to your doorway or on your lawn, and you could put electricity on it, and you could actually see it. So like I say, I don't know if people ever paid to make all these things, because there were so many different pictures and little statues and little lamps, and like this one here that I'm showing you, that's actually an ashtray, and that's when people used to use ashtrays in the house, and then has a little thing up on top where you can actually attach a little light bulb to it and have it like a little lamp. But they used to show them also laying down, taking a nap, or like the ones that they used to make a long time ago, when they used to show a Mexican guy with a big hat taking a siesta, leaning up against a cactus or something like that. That's the kind of the images that they used to have of him, and everybody kind of made fun of him. And now he is also imitated. One of the most imitated comedians in Mexico too, because it's kind of like here you have Elvis imitators. Over there in Mexico they have Cantinflas imitators. Everybody wants to imitate him. Even little kids, they dress up like him with his little hat and everything. So it's kind of funny to see them, and then some of them can even imitate some of the ad-libbing that he used to do. But like I say, you almost have to more or less learn a lot of those lines, because not too many people could really make up all that stuff. So it's kind of funny to see different people imitate him, in his mannerisms were kind of funny. That's mainly what everybody used to like about him. He had the funny way of walking, and he was very agile too. He did a lot of stuff. But there was another comedian before him, and I think the reason he became very famous, because the other guy, they used to imitate this guy Cantinflas. They used to compare him to Charlie Chaplin. But before him, there was another comedian who died. He drowned in the ocean. I don't know exactly how it happened, but his name was Chaflan, which is Chaflan. Chaflan, that was his name, and he was very funny too. And my father used to tell me about him. I think he died even before I was born, but in the mid 40s and up to in the 50s, he was making a lot of movies. So I'm going to go ahead and end my show right now, and then we'll probably show you some footage on some of the movies that Cantinflas had made, and then we will big good night. And I want to thank my Bill and Cheryl for helping me with this program, and we will talk to you next week, and maybe we'll discuss a little bit about another subject. Thank you very much, and good night.